Hi guys, how's it going? So today I am going to do a first impressions review of a game called Expeditions Rome. Now, basically this game can be summed up in a couple of words. It's like XCOM, and it's like Divinity Original Sin 2, any kind of those turn-based RPGs or CRPGs or TRPGs. This game is basically like that. Now, I am a big fan of XCOM 2. It's a great game. I'm a really big fan of Divinity Original Sin 2. I've completed XCOM 2 and I've nearly completed Divinity Original Sin 2. So if this game is just like basically as good as those games or pretty close to as good as those games, then I will absolutely be able to recommend this game. Now, first off, the game is published by THQ Nordic and it is developed by Logic Artists. Now, the only other game that Logic Artists really have done before is Expeditions Viking, which isn't a bad game. It's okay, but if you've played Expeditions Viking, then you will know what this game, what this developer has done before, basically. Now, one big thing is the game costs $45, and excuse me, but that is a shitload of money. That, in my books, is AAA kind of money. Like, the game needs to be really good in order for me to shell out $45. Now, hopefully by the end of this video I will be able to tell you whether, in my opinion, the game is worth $45 or not. Obviously this is a first impressions review, so I have never played the game before, but in the next hour or two, I am going to tell you whether, in my opinion, the game is worth $45 or not. First off, one problem that I already noticed before even starting to play the game is the fact that you cannot change the resolution when you are playing on borderless windowed mode. Now, that is a big problem in my opinion. It should simply be standard, where you can change the resolution while playing on borderless windowed mode. That should be standard, and unfortunately it is not an option on this game. If you play on borderless windowed, it is simply going to assume the desktop resolution that you have. So that is not good already, in my opinion. The game does have Twitch integration if you want to stream the game on Twitch and have your followers kind of interact with the game. That's not a problem, I don't mind that, but what I do mind is the fact that the game has Twitch drops for specific Twitch streamers. That's something that I do have a problem with. Call me old-fashioned, but I do not want to be forced to watch a particular Twitch streamer in order to get in-game loot. That's literally what's happening here. There are various Twitch streamers. I can't show you them, I don't think they actually come up, but there are various Twitch streamers which each of them have various loot. So maybe I can show you over here, just a second. So if we have a look over here, I don't have a problem with this. If you view any Twitch stream, of Expeditions Rome, if you view any Twitch stream, then you are gonna get these drops. I don't have any problem with that, but what I do have a problem with is specific Twitch streamers. Now, you can only get this drop and this drop if you watch this guy, and you can only get this drop and this drop if you watch this guy. You can only get this drop and this drop if you watch this guy. There's a couple of different guys, like 5 or 6 different guys that have exclusive drops where you can only get those drops if you watch their channels for 3 hours. So you have to watch this guy for 3 hours, this guy for 2 hours, and another 2 hours, and then this guy for 2 hours, 2 hours. So some of these guys, you have to watch them for 4 hours in order to get all of the loot. So it's 4 hours for that guy, 4 hours, 4 hours, and like I said, there's 5 or 6 different guys that you have to watch. So you have to watch 20 hours or more Twitch streams just in order to get all of the different loot, and then you have to watch in order to get all of these loot, you have to watch it another 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 14 hours. So in total, to get all of the loot that's available through the Twitch drops, you have to watch in excess of 30 hours of Twitch streams just in order to get all of the loot that is available, and you have to do it before 31 January. Literally, this is timed loot. So it's not just exclusive to the various channels, it's also timed. And I'm sorry, but exclusive loot to a channel is already a problem, in my opinion. I don't want to be forced to go and watch some random Twitch streamer that I've never heard of. I also don't like timed exclusives. So literally, if you watch the game Expeditions Rome on Twitch after the 31st of January, you will not be able to get this loot. It's literally gone. You will never be able to get this loot, and that's really not good in my opinion. So not only are you forced to watch specific people, you have to watch within a certain time period as well, and I'm sorry, but that is not good. I do not like that at all. On top of that, I do not like the fact that this developer, which to be honest, it's THQ Nordic who are paying these guys. They're paying these guys a lot of money, and I'm talking about a lot of money, to stream this game. Right now, there's one guy, Carnage, who is streaming to 15,000 people. He was just streaming this game. He's now streaming Dying Light 2, but he was streaming to 15,000 people this game, Expeditions Rome, and he's getting paid to do it. Now, I'm not getting paid to make this video. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on the game, and I'm gonna tell you honestly whether I think the game is worth $45 or not. But someone like that who's getting promoted in-game, getting promoted on the Twitch website, getting promoted on the THQ Nordic website, it's a little bit scummy in my opinion, to pay someone in excess of $10, $15, $20,000, which is what these people are getting paid. You can rest assured that they're getting paid more than $10,000 to stream the game. It just feels a little bit scummy in my opinion. But okay, let's not talk about that anymore. let's get back to the game. So I am not a fan of the Twitch drops. I'm not a fan of limited time Twitch drops, and I'm not a fan of the publisher and developer throwing tens of thousands of dollars at various Twitch streamers and content creators to play their game. So yeah, but to be honest, that's not really gonna affect the gameplay. I mean, the fact that you can't get certain cosmetics, that is going to affect your gameplay, because within less than 2 weeks these cosmetics are simply gonna fall by the wayside and you will never be able to get them again. So that is something that is going to affect gameplay. So I'm not a fan of that, and I'm not a fan of the fact that you cannot change the resolution while on borderless windowed mode. But with that being said, let's jump into the game, and hopefully within the next hour or two I'm gonna be able to tell you whether or not the game is worth $45 or not without getting paid $10,000. So like I said, the game is like XCOM 2 or Divinity Original Sin 2. It's a CRPG or a TRPG.
Licinius Lucullus, Rome was prosecuting several wars of self-defense, most notably in Greece, where Lucullus himself was commanding the legions. With everyone's gaze directed at the provinces, few could have known that a seemingly inauspicious event in Rome would become the central fulcrum around which the fate of the Republic would turn. The paterfamilias of a venerable patrician house had passed away unexpectedly, and a senator by the name of Vitellius Scaevola had made a bid for the hand of his eldest child. His widow alone believed that Scaevola had poisoned her husband and now strove to take his place and claim his property through marriage. Acting in secret, the widow arranged for her youngest child to be taken out of their villa in the dead of night and smuggled out of Rome.
So another thing that I do not like is that kind of cinematics. Cinematics like that are very lazy. It's very easy to create cinematics like that, and in my opinion they don't paint a good picture. I would much rather have in-game cinematics using in-game characters and animations and all of that kind of stuff than having a quote-unquote still image cinematic like that one that we just saw. It's very lazy to have still image cinematics like that. This is quite interesting. In Roman society, women were not given first names. That's quite interesting. And then if you are a man, you can get a first name. If you are a woman, you cannot get a first name. That's interesting. I did not know that women were not given first names. That's weird. How did you then refer to people? Like, if you're a woman or a man and you want to call somebody, there's a lady wearing blue and you want to call her, how do you call her? Like, obviously, if you know her name, let's say it's your friend, if you know that woman, how do you call her? Do you call her by her surname? But what if she and her mother is standing there? Do you still call them by their surname? Like, if you say, hey, whatever, Johansson, then both of them will turn around if you just say, hey, Johansson. So that's weird. But I did not know that. That's an interesting fact, and it's interesting that they chose to include it in the game as well. That's pretty interesting. So the family name, you cannot simply select a random one. You have to select one of these. So I'm guessing that that is really not going to have a huge impact on the game, if any. I don't think it's going to have any impact on the game, to be completely honest with you. And then nickname, you can choose your nickname. Can you choose the male nickname as well? Yes, you can choose the male nickname as well. So I'm just gonna make it like that. My family name is Furia, or Furia. Can we zoom in? Yes, we can zoom in. Already the graphics are, I would almost say, mediocre. I mean, the eyes are not blinking. The face is a very dead face, to be completely honest with you. So already I can tell you that the graphics or the animations of the game is worse than XCOM 2, but it might be the same than Divinity Original Sin 2. Obviously Divinity Original Sin 2 has not as good character animations as XCOM 2. XCOM 2 has very good character animations, so the character animations are worse than XCOM 2, but maybe the same as Divinity Original Sin 2. I'm gonna refer to Divinity Original Sin 2 from now on as DOS 2. So if you wonder what DOS 2 means, it's Divinity Original Sin 2. The hairstyle is very limited, extremely limited, only 3 different types of hairstyle. I guess we can give her black hair. Body height. That's a huge difference between that and that. It's a massive difference. Let's make her short. And then you can choose your portrait. So there's about 10 different portraits. Not a whole lot, to be honest. I recently played Pathfinder's Kingslayer or something like that. And that fucking game has a lot of portraits. Holy shit. It has like 40 different portraits. So obviously this game is quite a lot inferior to that game with regards to portraits. There's also not a huge variance of portraits, I have to be completely honest with you. I'm looking for one that I like, but the amount of portrait variance is very little. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different portraits. And to be honest with you, there's not a huge variance in the actual portraits, in my opinion. Like I say, I'm struggling to find one that I actually like. I don't want to take this one. This is a little bit too slutty. It looks nice, but it's a little bit too slutty. If she didn't have her hand in her mouth, then I would have taken this one. But the hand in the mouth is a little bit too slutty. If she was just normal, like hand at the side, then I would have taken this one, since I like the look of the hair and all of that kind of stuff. But I think I'm gonna take this one. I'm not impressed by the portraits at all, to be honest. But yeah, that's the one we're gonna take. It's a female, only having 3 different hairstyles, 3 different faces. That's, to be honest, very mediocre. It's a very mediocre selection of character creation options, and only having 12 different portraits. It's also quite mediocre, to be honest. So I am not impressed by the character creation at all. Each of these three perks unlock unique dialogue options to persuade other people in different situations. Think about what kind of character you want to roleplay and choose your rhetorical style accordingly. During the story, you may get a chance to master a second technique. So, the art of using the power of authority or your abilities to get your way, the art of convincing someone with sound logical arguments and reasoning, and the art of winning people over using stirring rhetoric or emotional manipulation. If I have to think about myself, I am much more of a logical person. I'm definitely not someone who is all pomp and circumstance, and I'm not really someone who would use the power of my authority. I would use my abilities to get my way, but not my authority. So I guess let's go with logic. The logical dialogue style, I guess, is what you're choosing here. You're choosing like an authoritative kind of a style, like almost a bully. This is more like a bully type style, and then the logical style and the drama style, I guess I could say. So we're gonna take the logical style. And then you can choose easy, normal, hard, insane. And there's also an iron mode. They don't show you what impact it's actually gonna have. So I prefer it where they show you exactly what each difficulty is going to have. So they show you on normal it's 100% damage taken and given, and then on hard it's 110% damage taken and 90% damage given, and then on insane it will be 120% damage taken and 80% damage given, for instance. But here they don't do anything of that kind. They just say Augustus, Caesar, Pompeius, and Crassus. If you choose the setting, you will be shown no mercy. On the setting, your difficulties will be great, but your victories are sweeter. If you choose this setting, you will be challenged, but are likely to rise to greatness. On the setting, you will have what you need to succeed, and your mistakes will not be punished harshly. So, if this game were XCOM 2, then I would play on normal. If it were DOS 2, then I would play on hard. Simply because DOS 2 is not as punishing as XCOM 2. XCOM 2 is much more punishing than DOS 2, since in XCOM 2 you have a chance to miss constantly. You have a chance to miss, and if you miss repeatedly, then you are gonna die. Whereas in DOS 2 you hardly ever miss, since you're using spells and that kind of stuff, so there's a much smaller chance of you being punished. So I would almost say XCOM 2 is the more punishing game, and that is why on XCOM I would play as normal, and on DOS 2 I would play on hard. So on this game I'm gonna play on normal. Combat death enables permanent death of party members if they bleed out during combat. Be warned, if a story companion or your own character dies, it is game over. If this is disabled, non-story Praetorians can still die from untreated injuries, and then Iron Man disables manual saving, restricting you to a single autosave. Your save is not deleted upon death, but you must live with your mistakes. So I will not take Iron Man, and I will also not take combat to death. I am not a fan of having characters that I care for and characters that I have invested a lot into dying. That is not my idea of having fun. So since I want to have fun, I will not enable combat death. One thing that I've mentioned in previous videos of game reviews is that I prefer being rewarded on harder difficulties. So some games will say on hard you gain more experience and more loot, or more better loot, for instance. I think Borderlands did this, where on Borderlands, if you play on a higher difficulty, you get better loot, and I like that. I like being rewarded for playing on a harder difficulty, whereas here you're not being rewarded, you're only being punished for playing on a harder difficulty. So I would have liked it if they rewarded you for playing on the harder difficulties with perhaps unique loot on the higher difficulties, or more experience, more stuff. Like even Titan Quest did that. Titan Quest did that very, very good, where on Titan Quest you literally unlock new items and new zones whilst playing on a harder difficulty. That is a fantastic way to incentivize and reward the player for playing on a harder difficulty. So yeah, unfortunately this game does not do that, so we are just gonna play on normal.
Did you hear me, Domina? Your body is surely present, but your mind seems somewhere else.
Okay, I'm gonna have to read all of this. Your body is surely present, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, old friend, I guess I'm still thinking about what happened. I'm stunned by the beauty of the sea. I feel like I'm out of the depth.
It soothes the soul, doesn't it? I had come to think that this sea was so blue in my memories, only because I was young the last time I saw it. But I remembered right. I asked the Triarchus how close we are to Lesbos, but he would not give me a straight answer.
He still just claims we are close to our destination. I wish we never had to leave Rome. The sooner I can whip my blade, the better I'll feel. Let's choose number 1.
Indeed. In his defense, there are many islands on this sea, and they mostly look the same. Will you check with the Triarchus? Hopefully he will give you a clearer answer. He told me his name is Geminus.
Okay, so here we are limited by the choice which we chose at the beginning. So if I were to choose the quote-unquote bully mechanic, I guess I could say the bully dialogue choice, then it would be maybe he will respond better to someone with a real authority. My family is paying for this trip after all. And if you were to choose the drama one, then it would be you just need to use a little more charm, make him like you. I'll see if I can tease some information out of him. And because we chose the logical dialogue choice, our only option is the man may genuinely not know our position. I will see if I can help him work it out.
If nothing else, you do have a way of making unreasonable people see reason. You should also go and thank Quintus Aquilinus. I do believe he saved our lives with his timely appearance at the villa.
There are so few passengers on this galley.
Your mother paid Geminus handsomely to set off in great haste under cover of night. 2 others did board with us, also bound for Lesbos. Young Gaius has been pacing impatiently over there, wearing grooves into the deck. There was a gladiator too, but I don't know where he went.
We left so quickly, my mother and sister.
Do not worry. The Vitellius brothers have no reason to do them any harm. Besides, you cannot save them by worrying. Focus on the task ahead.
Thank you for coming with me, Cineros.
Thank you for bringing me along. It will be wonderful to see my homeland again.
Okay, let's see if Geminus knows where we are. Okay, Goals here at the bottom left. WASD, that's very standard. Rotate with the middle mouse button, that's standard as well. And then you can press F to make your camera follow your character. So you rotate like that, that's fine. That's basically exactly the same as Divinity Original Sin 2 and XCOM 2.
You found your sea legs quickly, Domina.
I can't talk to that guy. Can't talk to that guy. So I need to thank Quintus Quilinius.
You handle the sea better than most. I'm glad.
Centurio, I want to thank you for your timely arrival at my villa. We were never formally introduced.
You are not my subordinate. Please call me Kaiser, if it isn't too familiar. With all due respect, I'd better not. My subordinates call me Centurio, my superiors call me Equilinus. My friends call me Kaiser.
Can we go over the plan? Our departure was far too hasty to discuss our course of action.
She did not keep you apprised. Your mother has secretly been making arrangements with the consul. You will of course not participate in the war in any capacity. You are a woman.
Of course I am just here to keep a low profile until things settle down at home. I will not just sit around in the consul tent like some item of decoration. I'm well aware of that. Why should I not experience adventure? I can fight better than most of your men. We will go with that one.
That is completely out of the question. One word of advice. I know Lucullus is a friend of your family, but remember, he is the consul, elected by the people to rule all of Rome. It's best if you don't act too familiar with him in front of his men.
What is your relationship with Lucullus?
For many years I was the primus pillis of Legio Prima Italica, which he commands. He needed someone he could trust to get you out of Rome and keep you safe.
Will you be returning to your position when we reach Lesbos?
That position has already been filled by one of my centuriones. A good man, easily up to the task. My job now is to watch your back and help you settle into your new life.
I am sorry you had to abandon your position for this.
Don't be. I serve the consul, and he has well earned my loyalty.
Have you talked to any of the other passengers?
I had a brief talk with that gladiator who boarded before us, just to make sure he won't give us any trouble. He seems to have vanished, though. The young man over there, Gaius, is apparently the nephew of the other consul, Marcus Aurelius Cotta. He's here to become a tribunus, a mostly ornamental position intended for young patricians to learn about military affairs.
I should talk to the Triarchus.
I
So-
heard she's running from a senator who wants her dead. Shh, keep your voice down.
So I'm assuming there's no loot around here. I'm pressing Alt, and all Alt is doing is highlighting myself and the people that I can interact with. So I'm assuming that there's no loot aboard the ship right now. You can't run. I'm double clicking, but you can't run at all.
Solway.
I don't believe we have been properly introduced.
It is a pleasure. I am Gaius Julius Caesar.
Well met, this is quite new to me. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all. But keep in mind, I'm not the most experienced soldier either.
Where are you from?
I was born in Rome, but they say my family is from Alba Longa.
Why did you join the Legion?
That's a long story, my friend. Suffice to say, the powers that be are not fond of me. I have decided that staying in Rome could be, shall we say, hazardous to my health.
How many wars did you fight in?
To be honest, this will be my first proper battle. I did study a lot, though, and therefore I am well versed in matters of strategy and tactics.
This is my first military assignment. Do you have any advice?
If you don't play an important part, you will be torn apart. My father used to say. I guess that was his way of telling me to be brave and hopefully not stupid.
That's actually a pretty interesting saying, because, like, if you think about it, the quote-unquote important people are officers, commanders, generals, stuff like that. And the soldiers who are on the front line are not important, so they will be torn apart. So that saying is essentially saying the unimportant parts, like the soldiers, will be torn apart, and the important parts, like the commanders, officers, generals, will not be torn apart. That's pretty interesting. The fact that you can say that much in just like 10 words, it's pretty interesting. I don't like the fact that this is my bloody maximum speed, like holy crap.
Looking for.
He's been like this all morning.
Are you busy? Look at me when I talk to you. Holy shit. No, I won't say that.
What? Yes, Geminus. Salwe. I'm a little preoccupied.
So here, once again, we only have one choice. The wind has been rather still today, hasn't it? I've noticed the oars have been out since early in the morning. Isn't that what's causing our delay?
You're right. The rowers are getting tired. We should let them rest soon, but that will cause even more delay. Wait.
Do you finally see Lesbos on the horizon? What is it?
Ah, shit. They're headed straight towards us. They're gonna ram.
Get your father's weapons. Let's see if you're as formidable a woman as Lucullus said. Gaius, are you all right?
I'm fine, Centurio.
Form up! Let's get these pirates off our ship!
Now you see, that is what I want to see from a cinematic. That short cutscene right there was more impressive than the cinematic that they showed at the beginning. That is the kind of bloody thing that I want to see from a game. Not only the cutscenes, but also the cinematics. So that I want to see more of that. Not the lazy still backgrounds that's a little bit animated that we saw at the beginning. That's very lazy. This is much better. It's a good idea to put your heavy infantry in front and your archers in support behind them. When you're ready, click the end turn button or begin blah blah blah. So in front you want your heavy people and the archers in the back. So we take that guy, put him over there, you over there, and the archer can be over there. That should be fine. Since there's 2 on that side, I will tell her to go over there. Okay, in turn. To attack an enemy, first select which skill to use. Each skill cannot be used more than once per turn. Many skills require an action point, and some have limited charges per encounter. Okay, so who is first? Is she first, or can I switch? During combat, characters can take actions in any order. Okay, that's nice. I really like that. For example, you could move a ranged character a few hexes towards the enemy, shoot, and then move back again. You are free to swap between characters during your turn. For example, one character can move, another character can move and attack, and then the first character can attack as well. You can even move or attack with the character while another character is still moving. That's good. I like that. I do not like the way that DOS 2 does it. DOS 2 assigns the turn order based on initiative, whereas this game does not have any initiative. You can move any character at any time, and you can switch between characters at any time as well. I think that is a superior system to the system that DOS 2 uses. XCOM 2 also uses the same system. In XCOM 2 you can attack with any character at any time, and there's no initiative. I really like that system more than the system in DOS 2, to be honest. So I think logically it would be best to attack with the archer first. So that uses a skill thing. All of these uses the skill whatever thing. You have 1 skill thing and then 4. I'm not sure what that 4 means. I guess we will find out. So let's have a look. Aimed shot, crippling shot, interrupt, active skill, knock an arrow and wait for an enemy to move within 120 degrees in front of you, then shoot that enemy. Character will shoot the first enemy who moves into their cone of vision. That does 6 to 11. So it's quite a bit more powerful than these first ones. I'm not sure, like, can I use both of these skills? I'm not sure what that 4 there, oh, is it movement? Oh yes, it's movement. So this is movement 8, that's movement 7, that's movement 8, and this guy is movement 4. I wish they would have told me that in the tutorial. So the tutorial is a little bit lacking, to be completely honest with you. So I can hamstring one of them, or I can simply do minus resistances on one of them. Are any of them very resistant? It doesn't look like any of them are very resistant, and they have 8 health. So neither this shot or this shot is going to kill any of them, but this shot might kill one of them. So let's do this. And then maybe do that. So will this actually kill him? I'm not sure. Let's try that. Oh no, it doesn't. Can I undo that? Okay, yes, I can undo that. Do that. That's good. So let's do that. Just like that. And I can move if I want to, but I don't want to move. So I already chose what I want to do there. This guy has a staff. Affects multiple targets. +2 movement to allies. Range 2 hexes. Applies weakened, 1 armor shred. What skills do you have? Regain 2 stacks of strong. For each stack, 25% of the character's shield strength maximum is restored at the beginning of their turn. Push the target 1 hex away if there is free space behind them. Affects multiple targets. Oh, that's nice. On the target's left for half damage. And then this one also hits any targets on the target's left for half damage. And then punch as well. So let's move over here. Are those guys ranged? No, all of them are militia. So all of these guys are militia, and those guys over there are also militia. That guy is ranged. Those two look like special dudes. So I need to take care of those dudes. But okay, let's deal with this guy first. So you can just attack him normally. That will do 4 to 7. So attacking him normally should kill him.
You're deadly with that thing. I've lived other lives before this one.
The number indicates the remaining duration. Positive, okay, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's all you can do right now. And then let's choose her and go finish the job. What, is that gonna attack him as well? If I do that, I think it is going to attack him as well. We don't want that. Whenever you kill or incapacitate an untrained character, such as civilians or militia, in this case a gem knights, the character who dealt the final blow will regain their attack point. Remember that any given skill can only be used once per turn, and action points cannot be saved for the next turn. Try to finish off any untrained enemies with a character who will still have a skill left in their turn, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's interesting. So we can now actually move and move and then attack again. That's a pretty interesting mechanic, actually. I would want to move over there in order to go kill that guy. Let's try to do that. Okay, and he's dead. That's good. Is he dead? It looks like he's on the ground, actually. I don't think he's actually dead. Let's use this turn to shield up. Okay, that should be that. And yeah, I've now acted with everyone. I can't act with anyone else. I can move over here, I think. And with her I can move as well, if I want to. But I don't really think I want to move, unless I want to go kill those people over there. But no, I won't do that right now. Let's end turn, I think. I mean, I can move back with this dude. Maybe I should do that just to protect my own guy a little bit. Let's do that.
Having trouble, friend? Where's that gladiator who boarded with us?
Up there!
Never underestimate the value of an impressive entrance.
Back to Neptune's asshole, barbarians!
The Triarchus run us straight into the pirate ambush, Spearman. Allow me to execute him right here and right now. This traitor must be working with them.
And I just realized that my mic was muted for a bit, but it's no problem. I will just repeat what I was saying in a moment. Let's quickly see here. I believe so as well. It's too great of a coincidence. We're sailing to join a war against pirates. It's not so surprising that we should be attacked by pirates on our way. Let's do that one.
Will make him pay for his betrayal.
It is quite unusual for pirates to attack any ship, let alone a heavily armed Roman galley. They prefer to attack lightly defended coastal towns instead. It's less risky and more profitable.
Well, let's go talk to the man.
They obviously attacked the ship due to me being on the ship. So what I was saying, while my mic was unfortunately muted, was the fact that the attack of opportunity system works very strange in this game, and in fact it should not work that way, because when you move away from a person, then you should get an attack of opportunity. But this game, even if you move around a person, like let's say that guy is an enemy and that guy is a friendly dude, he can't even move to there. Like literally any movement to there or to there, he will get attacked of opportunity. Whereas normally in any other game like Divinity Original Sin 2 or literally any other game that I've ever played that has attack of opportunity, it works the way that you can move around the person, but as soon as you move out of their attack range, then you get attacked. That is the most logical way to have that mechanic work, and this game does not do that. This game's attack of opportunity system is really illogical. It should not work the way that it works currently. So that's one problem that I have with the game, is the illogical attack of opportunity system. You can also see that this bow is not even attached to the character model. So that's not good. Can we go over there? No, we can't. We have to talk to this guy.
Geminos, you steered us into a trap.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I had nothing to do with it, I promise. They came out of nowhere.
Silence! You utter nonsense! By Mars, it is the sea! How can anyone come from nowhere?
We cannot execute a man based on no evidence. Besides, we need our Triarchus to make it safely ashore.
What do you say, kid? What do you think we should do?
Why are you asking me? You are the primus. This kind of decision is your responsibility. Do you want him dead, Gladiator? Gaius, if pirates don't attack ships as you say, why would these ones make an exception? Let's take that one.
We are, many of us, important people, on our way to join the action against Lesbos. Is it not conceivable that the rebels heard of us? The Kingdom of Pontus is known to sponsor pirates, to harass and weaken Rome. I do not believe we have any reason to suspect our Triarchus of colluding with them.
Why do you want him dead?
We are close to our destination, and we can reach it without him. If there is a possibility that he is working with the enemy, we cannot risk to let him live. Mercy, doubt, hesitation. These are all openings that the enemy can exploit to kill you. This man's value to us is far less than the threat he may pose.
I'm just a humble Canturio, albeit a particularly well-dressed one. Lucullus has greater plans for you. Your father's dead. The time to rely on others to make difficult decisions for you is gone.
So I can't even interrogate him. Like, literally, I can't ask him any questions. I can't ask, like, nothing. I want to find out, like, based on his responses, is he guilty or not, but I can't do that. I literally have to decide whether someone will live or die without cross-examining, questioning, interrogating them at all. That's very poor, I have to say. That's very poor game design, and it is honestly immersion breaking. It breaks the immersion completely because it doesn't make sense. It's nonsensical. So let's go ahead and execute him.
No tolerance for failure. Very well. Let us hope you will hold yourself to the same standard.
No one intends to fail. Yet, inevitably, even the gods fail.
No, I had no way of knowing, please!
I told you! Keep silent!
Rowers, up the tempo! And keep your eyes open.
So that choice had consequences with regard to approval and disapproval as well. And the game did not indicate any of that. It didn't tell me that this choice will be important or nothing like that. So that's another down point, another bad point. Okay, so now we can choose the class of our person. You can choose archer. You can choose, what is this? Okay, so there's a class and then there's subclasses. So marksman, hunter, sniper, medic, flag bearer, destroyer, brawler, duelist, assassin, defender, vanguard, veteran. So this one, extra bar of hit points, can be dual wielded, ranged, 200 weapons, shred armor. A medic will be pretty interesting. But what the hell does that help? How does that... How is that a medic? Applies maximum movement speed. How does that help? That's stupid. Like, that's nothing to do with a medic. And then flag bearer applies rally to enemies, to allies. That's good. Plus 25% damage. For 2 turns. That's not bad. And this one, death blow, 50% damage against a target who is stunned, stuck, knocked down, or sundered. And it's a ranged attack as well, 2 hexes range. And then this one applies strong to self. That's not bad. Frightening, minus 10 morale to all enemies within range. Knockdown, applies knockdown to enemies unable to take any actions, cannot block, dodge, parry, or resist attacks. Standing up will cost half of the character's movement. Brawler, you can make an assassin, which works with focus, or a duelist, or a brawler. The character will not incur attacks of opportunity. And then of course there's a ranged one. Characters will shoot the first enemy who moves into their vision cone. Shoot 2 individually selected targets with 30% accuracy and 30% miss. Deflected by shields. And a range shot applies spotted 2 hexes. Ranged attacks against the target deal full damage regardless of distance. Affects multiple targets. It doesn't say how long the ranging shot lasts. I'm leaning towards being a ranged character. But unfortunately, the way that the game works, since you can move and attack, melee classes, in my opinion, will be more powerful than ranged classes. Because if a melee dude walks up against you, then you're screwed. And since you can move and attack, and it's not limited by either, like if you think about DOS 2, in DOS 2 movement takes AP and attacking takes AP as well, whereas in this game you can move fully and you can attack fully as well. So ranged classes will not be as powerful as melee classes due to that fact. So really the choice is then just which one do I prefer? Which one do I think will be the best? And I'm leaning towards the shield bearer one, simply because the shield gives more health. You're literally gonna have more health than the enemies. And that's obviously very good. Vanguards charge into the fray. Veterans lock down enemies and resist enemy attempts to do the same. Defenders focus on survivability and defending allies. I think we can go with being a defender. I think that will be pretty good. Tanking and being up in front and all of that kind of stuff, I think will be pretty good. Oh, so can't we Okay, so you have to click and hold. Okay. So yeah, I think we can go with this one. Doesn't look too bad. I would have liked it if there were more customization, more character progression, to be completely honest with you. This is very little character creation and character customization. When you obviously compare it to games like XCOM and even more to Divinity Original Sin 2. Divinity Original Sin 2 has a lot of character creation. XCOM 2 also has a lot of character creation, but more later on in the game. It takes longer to unlock all of the different assets, like weapon modifications and stuff like that. But yeah, this is certainly a little bit low on the character creation and class identity scale when compared to XCOM 2 or DOS 2.
Gentlemen, Domina, welcome to Lesbos, the pearl of the Mediterranean.
An ugly nest of pirates.
An impenetrable fortress of pirates, more like. With an infinite food supply thanks to the strength of their fleet.
We shall find a way to limit this infinite supply then.
You think like an imperator, Gaius. All right, people. This is Lucullus's war camp, the heart of our operations in this territory. You have been seaborne for a long time now. I suggest you walk it off. See the things you have to see, and meet the people you have to meet. The consul waits in the command tent. Don't be too late if you don't want to see him angry. A word.
Shall I leave you alone, Domini?
Stay, Zoe. Your help might be necessary.
Do not presume you can order my service around. What is this? Why are you being so shifty? You've told me not to be late. Is this your way of testing me?
Shifty? No. I'm trying to be discreet. I want to make sure we're on the same page. You're not here to fight.
Don't worry about it, I'll keep a low profile. And what if I do want to join the war? I'm not some delicate flower, you know. What is expected of me then?
Women come and go. It is not so uncommon for officers to be visited by friends or family.
What the Canturio is trying to say is that perhaps it is wiser to keep a low profile. For the time being.
I understand and see what you're trying to say. Thank you for your concern. Okay.
Domina.
How are you doing?
I am hungry and my face is wind-burned, but at least both of my feet are planted on solid ground now.
Why would Mother send me here of all places?
To save your life, of course. She firmly believes the Witelli killed your father. Sending you here was the best course of action. To tell you the truth, I'm glad I'm here. This is a fine place to make a name for myself. Most great men of Rome have made names for themselves on campaigns like these, it is true. But you are not a man, Domina. Making a name for yourself under these duplicitous circumstances may not be the safest course of action.
What should I do?
I would get used to my surroundings and visit the consul as soon as possible. We're here to accomplish something. Time to find out what it is.
What do you know about the consul?
Dominus Lucius Licinius Lucullus was a close friend of your father's, and a supporter of your mother's efforts. He is now the closest thing you have to a father. You ought to keep this in mind.
Do you need anything?
Besides a good wine, a warm bath, and a thorough massage? Not much. Thank you. But you should think about yourself, Domina.
What's this over here? Quests. Okay, find a dog to Leculus. Can I go outside? Nope. Can't interact with the horses or pet them. Can't talk to any NPCs. Or at least you can only talk to certain NPCs. You can't go up there. Can't talk to any of these guys. Can't go up there. Yeah, you can jump down. That's cool. Can't talk to him. Can't talk to any of them. Can't go out there. Can't go in there. Holy shit, this game has a lot of restrictions. Can't go into the tent. There was just a visual glitch.
Another legion. Bit wet behind the ears, aren't they?
Everyone starts out that way.
True enough. Soon they'll be veterans too.
Or they'll be dead.
Can't talk to them.
Does Thermus seem like he knows what he's doing to you?
Him and his whole legion seem like they haven't the faintest clue.
I do like the armor and all of the weapons being laid out like this. It's nice attention to detail. I wish I could zoom in even more than this, but okay. There's literally no reason why they would have or did limit the zooming at this stage. You can definitely zoom in more. The game is built on the Unreal Engine, by the way, so you can really zoom in more than this, but they simply don't allow you to do that. This is the maximum amount, and then this is the maximum zooming out amount. So I definitely would have liked it if you could zoom in more. Okay, you can go into this tent. Can't leave right now, but I can leave out this side. Okay, apparently not. Apparently I can't go through that literal opening right there. It's literally open there, and yet I can't go out there. So there's literally an invisible wall right there, and that is immersion breaking.
The pirates are getting bolder. They attacked another one of our galleys this morning.
Oh, did you hear? It seems Geminus was in on it this whole time.
What? The Triarchus?
He'd been keeping the pirates informed. This time, his passengers caught him and they killed him on the spot.
Okay, I don't know if that's the truth or not. I don't know if that guy is just spreading rumors or if he had some kind of inside information. And that he knew that that guy was actually in on it.
Saw Agrippa harassing that old Servus with the limp again.
That small-dicked bully. Did you tell the Praefectus?
He won't do anything about it. Agrippa is connected back home.
One day that man is going to fall out of a watchtower to his death. It'll be tragic.
Don't joke about that kind of thing.
How long are they going to keep us here?
It's driving me crazy too. I came here to kick Mithridates' arse, not to sit on the beach day in and day out waiting for something to happen.
I really think this game could have benefited from being allowed to zoom in more. I mean, the quality is good. Okay, that looks shitty. That and that looks shitty, but if you look over here, like there's knives and forks, and they actually pick up the cups. There's more knives and forks there. You can look at their armor. and it just really, I think the game would have benefited massively if they allowed you to zoom in a lot more than just this. It's really quite a shame.
Domina.
Salve.
You are Bestia Tabat.
I am called Bestia Tabat indeed. You fight well. I noticed it. I took the spear from the traitorous Triarchus. You should have it.
May I ask you a few questions?
You may ask.
Your
May answer or not.
Your name is quite unusual. Is Bestia your family name?
Your name is unusual. Tabat is the name that was given to me by my father. Bestia is the name I took when I earned my freedom. I chose it because I have fought and defeated many beasts.
Where are you from?
I was born in Mauritania, but I am a Roman citizen.
Have you ever fought in a war before?
Until I undertook this voyage, I fought every single day in the arena. But wars? This will be my first.
You were a gladiator. You must know of combat then. Any advice to give?
I recommend you to not die. Honor matters little. He who stands tall in the end will always be the winner.
What can you tell me about the commanders here?
They say Lucullus has the greatest military mind in Rome. I only know he is consul and imperator, but I don't understand what that means.
Consul means he is one of the 2 men elected to rule all of Rome this year.
Ah, like a king, but temporary.
He is not at all like a king. He was chosen by the people of Rome. We do not use the word king. We have fought hard to build a republic for all Romans free of the tyranny of kings.
Free of the tyranny of kings? Perhaps Romans prefer other kinds of tyranny.
Do you not like the
The
Triarchus?
punishment for treachery should be death. That is how I grew up, and how I became the greatest gladiator Rome has ever known. All of the lesser ones died.
Okay. Can I go into this tent? Yes, I can. Like, look at that. There's like little stuff, like a medicine bag laid out onto the bed. Armor laid out onto the bed. More armor over there. Shoes laid onto the floor. There's a lot of bloody detail that has gone into the environment design, and you simply can't enjoy it or see it because you can't zoom in enough. That's really a big problem. The fact that you can't zoom in enough to look at all of the handcrafted detail and all of that. It's really a shame. Those are empty.
This is not going to work, as long as the rebels keep receiving supplies by sea.
We will need to cut their supply lines. It's an operation for our occulta speculatores.
We have arrived as requested. Okay, let's stay quiet.
Well, don't just stand there like a plant. Come on in.
Well, I'm already in.
You are just as beautiful as your mother. This is the unique young woman I was telling you about, Thermos.
Unique, you say? Look, I understand you feel indebted to her father, but...
I don't want to hear but. You must trust me on this. She will be a great asset to my speculatores.
What are speculatores?
A special cohort assembled for particularly daring undertakings.
Soon enough, you shall see the kind of thing they are tasked to carry out.
I was told there would be no fighting. Is it even permitted for a woman to fight?
Who told you that? Listen, Claudiana is protective as a mother should be, but I know how your father raised you. You will not be best served by wandering this camp aimlessly for the duration of my campaign. Your skills make you far too valuable an asset to waste like that.
Gladly, the chance to prove myself is what I've come here for.
There will be ample opportunities for that, my young ward. A trial by fire is what you need. Now pay attention. We've been in a deadlock here on Lesbos for some time now. My co-consul, Marcus Aurelius Cotta, is engaged against King Mithridates of Pontus, in the east. Mithridates is using the pirates of Lesbos as his navy.
The fortress of Mytilene here is well protected, but it also has a weakness. There's a mountain pass we can utilize. I will lead the assault myself.
I volunteer for the vanguard. If my uncle can defeat Pontus, I can surely handle Mytilene.
So be it, then. Meanwhile, you will prove yourself as a leader, my young ward. Take Caeso Quintius Acollinus, your Servus Cineros, and that gladiator who came with you on the ship. You will meet up with Iulius Calidus of my legion Speculatores. Your mission is to sneak into the harbor and destroy the enemy ships any way you can. I expect you have questions.
One thing that isn't that good, it's not a very good attention to detail, is the fact that his portrait doesn't at all match his character. Like, that lapel thing there, he doesn't have. The scarf is purple instead of red. He has a white scarf here, whereas there he doesn't have any scarf. The body armor isn't at all the same. The armor design, he has white tassels over here. He has no tassels over there. It just does not match at all. His hair is very white there, whereas here his hair is not so white. The character design, I guess I could say, does not match at all, and that is the first thing that I've seen in the game so far where the attention to detail is lacking. So far the attention to detail has been very impressive, but this is very bad attention to detail, to be honest. Will the legionary accept a woman taking command of them?
You have nothing to fear from Iulius Calidus. I know him well. You can trust him.
Why not take part in the main assault like Gaius?
If you are fast, you may yet play a part in that. But for the assault to succeed, you must do this first.
All of this is just a secondary operation to Cotta's campaign?
That doesn't make what we're doing any less important. Mithridates has a dozen warriors for each of our legionari. Defeating Pontus will require patience and caution. Regaining control of the Aegaeum Mare is a crucial step in cutting off Mithridates' supply lines.
I prefer to choose my own people.
Prove yourself, and you will be able to name your companions. However, you will want Calidus on your team. Trust me. Wait. Are those your father's old weapons? I'm sure they mean a lot to you, but look. The leather is brittle. This won't do. Visit my smith, Sextus, and get yourself properly equipped before you go.
When you're ready to leave the area, look for this icon to find an exit to the world map.
Solway.
You are an interesting man.
Interesting. I shall accept this as a compliment, but prepare to be disappointed. To the extent of my knowledge and ability, I shall try to be as helpful as I can.
The first time I've traveled so far from home.
Indeed. Staying in Rome became, shall we say, politically disadvantageous to me. That's why I left it. Like you, I've never been to Lesbos before. I did my homework, though, in case you have any questions.
Why did she say the first time I've traveled so far from home? Oh, okay, and then he said indeed, so it was put in the form of a question. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Why are the pirates here?
Location, I would guess. The island has countless coves and natural harbors for pirate ships to hide in. Not to mention the massive fortress in Mutilene.
Our army is vastly superior to these Greeks. I don't see why we can't simply wipe them out.
Be that as it may, their position here is superior. Mutilene is right next to the sea, and their fleet brings them supplies constantly. It's a stalemate.
So what do you know about this
Lesbos
island?
is one of the most important islands on this sea. Some cartographers call it the Horse Island, on account of its shape. Of course.
Do you think Triarchus was working with the enemy?
Does it matter? For the sake of this discussion, let us say he was a traitor. In the end, we are triumphant and the pirates are dead. The Triarchus, if indeed he worked with them, now knows he picked the wrong side. In a war like this, allegiances are rarely about ideology. The common person wants nothing more than to be on the winning side, and we have shown Geminus that the winning side is ours.
This camp looks like a town itself.
Fascinating, isn't it? The Legion can build a fortified camp like this almost overnight. In my opinion, that is the foundation of Rome's military might. Wait. Listen, you seem trustworthy. I may have need for your help on a rather sensitive matter.
Of course, you can trust me.
That is good to hear. Keep in mind the matter I'm about to mention is rather personal in nature. Your discretion would be appreciated. I've been keeping a detailed account of our journey ever since we left port. Shortly after our arrival, however, the journal went missing. I believe it to be stolen by one of the Centuriones.
What makes you think it was a Centurio who stole it?
I have seen a particular man walking out of my tent. As a matter of fact, I have already confronted him and he pretty much admitted his guilt.
Why would he steal your diary?
Pain comes in many forms. Physical, emotional, and let us say that some men just enjoy inflicting pain in all forms.
Why don't you simply walk up and retrieve your property?
That I have already tried. He threatened me in a way. He said if I continue bothering him, he would read the contents of my journal publicly.
And the journal includes admission of certain actions you're not proud of.
I can stand by my decisions, and I'm proud of my actions. It's just that I don't want some donkey-headed brute reciting them in public.
This is a serious accusation, and if through a serious crime, we should inform the Primus Pilus.
Roman law is valid in Rome, and our perpetrator knows this. This is a personal matter, and therefore it should be solved personally.
Very well, tell me what I can do.
The Centurio is called Agrippa, I think. He hangs out with his friends near the tent over there. I thought perhaps you could convince him to hand over my journal. Needless to say, I would like to keep the contents of the journal private. I would appreciate if you'd refrain from reading it.
Okay, that sounds simple enough. We're gonna go over to him, talk to him. He's probably not gonna hand over the thing, and then we beat the shit out of him. That's usually how these quests go. So first off, we want to go to the smith, Sextus.
What are you doing walking around with weapons like that, girl?
I have no patience for your disparaging comments. The consul said you had equipment for me.
Well, if he said it, I guess I'm obliged to make it true. Help yourself to any of the gear on the racks. Take all of it if you need it.
If I need something special, can I commission you to smith it for me?
I have enough work on my hands right now supplying the consul's Centuriones.
Do you sell materials for smithing?
You'll have to bring your own materials if you want any work done. I've nothing to spare.
Okay, so basically he's pretty damn useless. Okay, so I can choose between okay, well, I can take all of it. Is that how it works? Okay, yes, I can take all. So So then I can choose what I want. Filter equipment slots, that's fine. So we will obviously equip that. That gives us more armor. We equip the shield, obviously. Blah blah blah. 2 sets of weapons, can swap freely between them in combat. This button, click this button or press Q to select which weapon you are currently set. Only the skills from your current set will be shown in the skill bar. That's interesting, so you can swap weapons mid-combat with no AP penalty. That's interesting. This is a pretty good spear. It's certainly better than what I have currently, 4 to 6, whereas this does 4 to 6 and has a critical chance of 5 and extra critical damage, and all attacks applied harried, which inflicts -10 morale and -25% damage to all damage dealt by the target. So that's pretty good. That's one advantage that we got from killing that other dude, because we got a pretty good spear. It's a unique spear. Okay, it's certainly better than the spear that we have over here. 4 to 6, whereas this only does 3 to 6. And the skills are different, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, and then how do we swap? There we go. And then this, we can maybe do a dual wielding type thing if we want to. So we can equip that and that. Oh. So what, can't I dual wield? Or what? Are you telling me I can't dual wield? Why? Why can't I dual wield? I mean, that's stupid. Why wouldn't you be able to dual wield? Like, that's just stupid. Can't believe they don't allow you to dual wield. I mean, they spoke about dual wielding earlier, but now it turns out you can't even dual wield. Okay, well, anyway, I guess we will figure out later why, but that's just really stupid. Okay, different weapons here. No, that one is weaker. That one is pretty good, actually. We can maybe give him a spear. Four to 7, that's pretty good. And then 3 to 5. Like, this guy can dual wield. Why can't my other dudes dual wield? Okay, this weapon gives focus per attack, whereas the other weapons does not give focus per attack. So that's good. Skills. So the round ones are active skills. No, are passive skills. The square ones are active skills. So that's pretty interesting. It's not a huge talent tree or a skill tree, I have to say. It's actually pretty small. It's like more or less the same as the one that you get in XCOM 2, but it's much smaller than the one that you get in DOS 2. It's far inferior to the one in DOS 2. This is the triage menu where you can treat injured Praetorians to prevent their untimely demise. You do not have any injured Praetorians at this moment. And then stats. Blah blah blah. perks and personality traits. Perks give bonuses when assigned to certain tasks in the camp or commanding the Legion in battle. Okay, I don't have any perks right now. Oh, they have different perks. Strong Constitution downgrades the deterioration risk of any untreated injury by 1 severity level. Agreeable. An agreeable person reacts twice as strongly to all actions they approve of. Hedonistic, like partying and reveling, will typically disagree with stoic characters. Will typically disagree with superstitious characters. Will typically disagree with cunning characters. Will typically disagree with warmongering characters. Arrogant characters. Dislikes when you treat the opposite gender as equal. That's interesting. Disagree with cunning. Humble. Will typically disagree with conciliatory characters. And then here at the top, there's also a couple of stuff: armor, health, movement speed, maximum focus. Certain skills increase the user's focus each time they are used, based on their focus per attack. Okay. Poison, fire, slashing. So it seems the only two elements are fire and poison. There's not like ice or lightning or anything like that. Okay. Anything else we can have a look at? Obviously each of the different classes will have different skills and stuff. And yeah, then there's my gold. Slaves. Slaves are used to construct and staff buildings in your Legion forts. Slaves that are assigned to an upgrade will no longer be available as a resource. Rations. Each Praetorian consumes 1 ration every 8 hours. That will probably be used on the overworld map. And then medicine. Medicine is used to treat injured Praetorians while you travel. Keep your medicine well stocked or your wounds may fester. Okay. So that's that. I didn't really get new gear, to be honest. I literally still have the same gear apart from the armor piece that I got. Let's see here. Agrippa.
We're in the middle of something, Domina. What do you want?
Okay, let's save first. Do a quick save.
We're in the middle of something, Domina. What do you want?
I believe you're in possession of someone's private property. I'm here to retrieve it.
This? Ah, but this is priceless. A journal written by Cotter's stupid nephew, who thinks of himself as the greatest commander history has ever seen.
He also happens to be my friend, so I'd suggest you hand it over right now.
Why don't you send him back here to beg for it again?
Caesar may not seem like much now, but he is in a tribunus, and he has friends in high places. Today's blue-eyed rookie is tomorrow's imperator. What's more, he strikes me as a man who forgives easily and remembers those who served him well. Or I can pay him 300 denarii, which I definitely won't do.
All right. I guess you rich kids stick together. Take it, and let's not speak of this again.
Okay, so that was very easy. I wanted to kick his ass, but they don't even give you that option, which is unfortunate. I wanted to kick his ass very much, but what can you do if the game devs don't give you different options and only allow diplomacy? Then so much for being a role-playing game, I guess. Let's go talk to him again.
Solway, I see you've successfully retrieved my journal. May I ask how you managed it?
Let's say that it cost 300 denarii, then it's probably gonna give me 300 denarii. I could say that I punched him, which would be a lie. Let's say that it cost 300. I don't know if that's a lot or not.
You paid out of your own pocket. I don't know what to say. Thank you. I'm literally in your debt.
Now, I guess the correct thing to do would be to say that that will be unnecessary. You will pay me some other way. I guess that's the correct thing to say.
You have already started collecting favors. Wise. One last question before we're done. Did you read my journal? That is the most virtuous thing to do, and I expected nothing less of you. Thank you, my friend.
Okay, everyone gets 10 experience from that. And I think that's pretty much that. Now I can go out into the wild green yonder. I mean, look at all of this detail. Like, the detail on the assets in the game is really quite impressive. I mean, you can see the bolts there, or the studs, whatever they're called. Like, it just really looks very nice. And like I said, it's quite a big shame that you can't zoom in more. They literally could just have made it so that you can zoom in more. Since everything is such high quality and really well flushed out, I guess I could say, it would have just really been cool if you could zoom in order to actually appreciate and view all of the detail that they put into the game. But what can you do? So let's leave. This is the world map where you'll be traveling between known locations. Click the play button or space to unpause time. Characters and legions only move when time is passing, but you do not have to move to pass the time. As time passes, impending events will appear on the right side of the timeline and move towards the left side, which represents the present. Some events may come as a surprise, and these will not be shown on the timeline. During your travels, you and your Praetorians consume one ration each 8 hours. Keep your pantry well stocked. A starving Praetorian fights poorly and may eventually mutiny. They don't show what mutiny actually is. You can buy more rations from merchants. Okay, so this is the map. I'm assuming this map will work more or less the same as what it worked in XCOM 2. In XCOM 2, there was a very similar system where there's the overworld, and as you travel in the overworld, time progresses as you travel. So yeah, I'm assuming this is gonna work the same. Erect a milestone to gain experience. Travel to the warehouse and meet Khalidus. Warehouse. Over there is the warehouse. So what? I am here or I am there? Am I there? It doesn't show. Am I there or am I there? I'm not sure. It doesn't tell me anything. Alt reveals or hides all of the different stuff. So I don't know where I am really. The game does not tell you it does not do a good job of telling you where you are. Also, I can't rotate the map, so this is literally the only view that you have of the map. I can't rotate at all. So I guess we have to head over there, maybe? I don't know. They're not telling me anything. I'm left clicking, right clicking. Oh, okay, there we go. So you have to click on the specific thing. Visit the Legion camp to trade, recruit new Praetorians or Centurions, craft items, develop new battle stratagems, or talk to your companions. Okay, resource replenished, water. This camp's entrance is exactly the same as the previous camp.
So,
What? Do you want to talk or not?
So, little woman, I am Spurius Kincius Carius, merchant extraordinaire and purveyor of wondrous items. What winds of ill fortune have brought you to this smelly Legion camp?
The last man who had the nerve to call me little said salve to his tongue.
That I find very unlikely. I'm an excellent judge of character, and you look like a person who would faint at the mere mentioning of blood. Besides, cutting a merchant's tongue out is bad for business. Enough pointless chatter. Poverty grows from idleness. Now, if you're not going to buy anything, please do kindly remove yourself from my stall. Whatever people are willing to pay.
Blah blah blah.
Obviously not familiar with them.
Some merchants will allow you to exchange trade resources for other resources. Select the resource you want to sell on the left side and the resource you want to buy on the right side. Each resource has a different inherent value. Slaves are the most valuable, followed by medicine, then rations, finally denarii. The merchant's prices are also modified by their opinion of you as shown at the top. Keep an eye on which resource is abundant at certain market and which is scarce. Resources lose value while they're abundant and become more valuable while scarce. The abundance and scarcity of given market changes weekly. Okay. So is this literally all I can do? I can't buy weapons or nothing like that. So what is abundant? No, that's scarce. That's abundant. So denarii, scarce. This resource is scarce and has a higher price than normal. Medicine is abundant right now. So if I wanted to be smart, I would buy medicine. So you click on medicine and then you click on denarii. So 20 denarii for one medicine. That seems okay. How much denarii is a slave worth? So let's quickly do a test. One slave is worth 65 denarii. And then if we swap it around, if I want to buy a slave, it's worth 125. So it's pretty much double if I want to buy a slave. So the game biases the resources towards the game, and you pay more for stuff. Otherwise it would be 125 1 and 125 1, but that is not the case. So unfortunately you are always going to get screwed over by the different prices. The same with this. 9, so I can sell one medicine for 9 denarii. But if I want to purchase a medicine, it costs 20 denarii. So that's unfortunate. The game always biases it towards the game and not towards you. Okay, so one medicine costs 20 denarii. So because medicine is abundant right now, it will have a lower lower price. So we will see later on how much I can sell the medicine for. Right now I can sell one medicine for 9, whereas I just paid 20 for one. So we need to remember that in order to get a gauge of how the game's trading system works. Okay, those are my dudes. It won't help if I talk to them. Yeah, they're not going to tell me anything new.
Salve. Something on your mind, kid?
Okay, I'm not going to listen to all of this, to be honest.
I have a reputation for tracking. Thank you. At least you still have a mother. Be thankful for that. The only thing that's... She died trying to do the right thing. Your duty will... I'll continue being the warrior hero, as long as damsels of this world continue finding themselves in... But I doubt it. Once before, she's a trick.
I don't really care about his life story. Let's have a look. Anything else I can do here, or is it literally just that merchant? I thought I might at least be able to pick up a quest or something.
I've seen her for the last time.
What happened?
She gave me some kind of disease. I'm not the first one either, apparently.
So we're Domino.
I'll stay
At your
clear as
service.
well, then.
Okay, we can't talk to the prisoner. And there's no one to talk with here. So, literally, the only thing to do in this entire place, this entire map, is talking to this merchant. I mean, that's a pretty big waste, if I have to be honest. This entire map, and you can only talk to one person. That's a little bit ridiculous. That makes me already think that the entire map is gonna be like that. I mean, if this one is already like that, so barren with NPCs and content, that they would make an entire town, this entire zone, there's only one person to talk with. That makes me very skeptical of the rest of the game. Because, I mean, it's one thing to say, yes, our game is 5 times bigger than the Assassin's Creed Odyssey world. But then the game has fucking nothing in it. Like, yeah, you made the map massive, but like there's one NPC that you can talk with that's a fucking vendor on the entire island. I mean, that's very poor, to be honest. And yeah, like I say, I have a sneaking suspicion that the rest of the game is also gonna be like that. If this beginning area, literally the area next to the area where I started, is like that, then you can almost be certain that the rest of the game is also gonna be that. If the devs did not even do the effort, make the effort to hide the fact that the game is so barren, that they didn't even care about having only one dude at the beginning, then it does not bode well for the rest of the game. Okay, so how do we go in, or what? Okay, well, I clicked on it.
We might be at the wrong spot. There's no one here.
Lucullus is clearly mistaken. If there was someone here, I would know.
That's a very useful skill.
Hey, don't move.
Calm down. I am Julius Calidus of the Occulta Speculatores of Legio Prima Italica. I presume you are my reinforcements.
I am not your reinforcements, I am your Prima. Impressive, I didn't see you at all. We were told to rendezvous with you and destroy the pirate navy.
The only way I can think of to destroy a navy on foot is to burn it down. Some Greek fire sure would be useful for that, wouldn't you say? Conveniently, there is a whole warehouse full of it right down there. Unfortunately, the moment we move into that warehouse, they will sound the alarm. So, we should be quick.
That seems straightforward enough. We should make sure nobody escapes. The last thing we need is reinforcements from Mytilerian. Can't we simply occupy the warehouse?
By the time anyone comes from the city, we're long gone. There's a small camp of sentries just down this hill. If we hit them first, they won't show up as reinforcements.
But then the ones inside the warehouse will hear the fighting and be ready for us.
You have touched the matter with a needle. The choice is yours, Prima.
Okay. So is she in my party now as well, or what? Yes, apparently she is. Okay, so the optional one is over here. How do we start combat? Can we sneak or anything like that? I wonder. Okay, so there's archers. That's also an archer, I think. Yes, looks like an archer. And this guy is a melee. That guy is a melee. So I think melee. So yeah, let's start from here. I don't know how to engage into combat. It doesn't seem like you can sneak or anything like that. Let's quickly have a look here at the controls. Loot. In turn, swap weapon is Q. Okay, so apparently you can't sneak or nothing like that. You just have to run into combat, apparently.
Look alive! The Romans are here! How did they get so close?
One thing that is really like weak, I guess I could say, is the fact that the game isn't like XCOM or like DOS 2, whereby in XCOM and in DOS 2 and basically every other CRPG that I've ever played, you can break up your party. So you can send 3 guys over here and then 2 guys over here. Obviously in DOS 2 and in XCOM 2 it works like that. You can approach from different angles. You can have a couple of party members go around here, perhaps flank around here, but not in this game. In this game you literally have to rush in with your whole squad either here or here. Those are your only choices, and that makes this TRPG, which is obviously tactical RPG, just like weak. I mean, it's not a TRPG then. Like, where's the tacticalness? It's devoid of tacticalness if you can't even break up your party and attack from different locations. It just seems very weak sauce, to be honest. So yeah, this girl of mine is now a tank. So I should probably put her and this guy up front and this guy there. And yeah, I guess that's fine. Just like that, we can't do much else. Okay, 4 movement squares. We'll put her over there. Perhaps we should move with this guy first. If a character is adjacent to cover, they are protected from attacks within a 100-degree cone from the other side. Cover blocks attacks completely. You're either in cover or you're not. Low cover only helps if the character is able to crouch. Characters will automatically crouch in low cover and stand up to shoot over it, but they will be forced to stand up if an enemy stands next to them. High cover applies without needing to crouch. So currently I am in high cover. Let's see. -2 health per turn, that's very good. Push the target 1 hex away if there is a free space behind them. That might not be bad. Excess damage dealt to shield strength overflows to the target's health. Excess damage dealt to shield strength, so does that only apply if they have a shield? Perhaps. Okay, and then we are gonna move with you. Now once again we encounter that same problem where logically you would be able to move over there without getting attacked with an attack of opportunity, but this game's attack of opportunity system is kind of broken with the fact where you have to walk around like that and then you can attack them from behind. You can't just go like that. You have to walk around them. It's just, honestly, I've never seen a attack of opportunity system that works like that. It's not logical, to be honest. Blah blah blah. Ranged attacks cannot miss. However, shooting beyond your accuracy stat in meters will decrease your damage. You can tell this is happening if the end of your trajectory turns yellow or red. Beyond twice your accuracy, you cannot shoot at all. A shield protects the character completely from ranged attacks as long as the character still has any remaining shield strength. That is called deflecting. When deflecting, a character won't even lose shield strength. Okay, so this guy can actually attack from range, so we can use that and then attack him from there. Boom, like that. And then he can move over here and attack like that. And then you... Okay, you can't attack anymore. You can't reach over there. So you will have to do the rest. Okay, I can't move him, unfortunately. Okay, so let's just shoot him with a cripple. That restores 1 action. And that then makes it so that I can move closer and shoot like that. And then you have 6 remaining. You can just basically walk over there. Okay, you can't walk over there for some reason. And you can't really attack or anything like that, so I guess you will just walk over there then. Oh, you can actually consume your movement in order to... You can consume your AP point to move further. That's interesting. Okay, let's take cover over there. And then you can take cover over there, or you can just stand still over here. I think I'm just gonna stand still right here, and you can use brace. Whatever good that will do. I don't think it will actually do anything. Okay, that's good. 1 guy down already. Okay, let's see. So I need 2 attacks, or what? How does this work? I don't really understand this, how this works. With the double stat, whatever thing, I'm not too certain. Flies burning. Well, let's move over there. These guys with the shields only having 4 movements available is really quite irritating. 4 movement is very little. They really actually need way more. Let's see. I guess. Okay, let's move with him and attack this guy, I think. Shields also apply the strong to their users, which regenerates strength at the beginning of each turn. Each time a shield takes a hit, 1 stack of strong is removed. Reduce the amount of shield strength restored in future turns. The best way to deal with an enemy shield is to hit it multiple times with low damage attacks until the strong status is completely removed. Avoid shooting shield bearers. Okay, well, he doesn't have any more strong left right now. Okay, only 4 damage, unfortunately. I'm not sure what this does. I mean, let's test it out. Okay, and he's burning, that's good. Oh, now I remember. You can only use those skills with the red dot once per combat, so I can only use that twice. Then you won't be able to use it anymore. Now I remember what that actually means, because I wasn't certain what that red little dot over there actually meant. But okay, now I remember. Okay, so do you just want to stand there or what? Because we can't really run that much closer, to be honest. And this guy is gonna get hit, so he should probably go stand over there in order to avoid getting hit by the arrow dudes, but they're gonna attack these guys in any way. Unfortunately, I can't do much about that. They're gonna get hit and there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, I know I have unspent combo points, but there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, let's move up, I guess. I guess that's fine. Okay, let's try. Okay, so if I attack with her, both of these do the same amount basically. This guy is a little bit low on HP. That guy is gonna burn to death in any way, but I now can't move with this guy at all, so I have to attack. I can't just stand here. I have to attack. So I guess we can attack, even though he has a lot of bloody movement speed. So let's just attack like this. Focus is unique to light infantry characters, many of them blah 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 blah. I understand that. Okay, so let's see if I can't use extra movement. I need to reach those guys up there, so I can run like that. No, I can only run to there. This guy can run all the way over there, so he can stop them from attacking any further. So that means I have to really deal with all of these guys right now. Okay, well, let's do this. And then you over here. And just do a normal attack. Like that. Okay. They're done. And then you can run all the way over there. And then you can shoot this guy, I think. Okay, you cannot see. Okay, action restored. You can shoot. Okay, only 1 damage. That's very little. Let's try now. Cannot see, cannot see. Okay, so I cannot see any of them from any angle, unfortunately. No matter what I do, I'm not gonna be able to attack them. So I guess we can just run over there. There's not much else we can do. This guy is gonna take a lot of damage, so we don't really want him to be out of cover too much. You can move over there. You can move a little bit into cover. You can just stay there, and you can just stay there. That's fine. Let's see, can you attack anyone? You can attack him, but you can't... No, you will be able to attack him, I think. Okay, so he should be dead with a shot.
Only one remains.
Okay, that's good. Can't do anything else, so now we can bring this guy over here. Six damage, that means, well, nobody is gonna be able to reach him, but that's no problem. He is definitely dead. Since I have him so surrounded, there's no way how he's gonna be able to survive at all. He's not gonna be able to move or nothing like that. Okay, apparently he's a little bit afraid. Okay, all of my dudes are uninjured, that's good. Now, can we loot? Yes, we can loot. So there's nothing else we can loot. You can only loot bodies, it seems. You can't, like, loot chests. No, I mean, there might be chests eventually, but Doesn't seem like there's chests right now. You can't go over there. The map just ends for some reason. Okay, so now we wiped out quite a few reinforcements. Like 7 or 8 guys or whatever. And which way will be the best to enter? So our location that we need to get into is way over there. What's going on in here? Okay, we get dragged into combat. Okay, so there's a ranged dude over there that we need to shut down immediately. So you go over there. You go over there. You over there. Okay, the fact that they get to attack first is irritating. Holy shit, the entire village, like, is alerted. I thought maybe only those couple of people will be alerted, but no, apparently the entire fucking place. Okay. I don't understand why they got to act before me. Okay, we need to shut down this fucking guy immediately. Okay, let's do this. I can't even do that. Okay, let's move one closer. And then do this. Now I can move... Oh, well, I still can't move way over there. I can move with this guy. Okay, he should be dead. And then you... Well, this is a little bit of a fuck up. I can't even move out of the way. I can't go along the side. Nothing like that. And I already used my turn. So I can't even attack that guy because I can't move him. I can't move... Okay, well, I mean, I can do this, but this is very inefficient. Like now, if I move away, he's simply gonna get attacked. It's very bad. Like you almost could not make it more inefficient. 4 fucking damage. Thank you very much. I don't think anyone is going to be able to move into my range from that distance. So I just pretty much have to kill this guy. And then this guy I can move into cover, even though he will have to do with low cover. I can't really give him high cover. This guy as well, though cover will have to do. I mean, I can move over there. No, I didn't want to move. Yeah, I can move this guy over there, but that won't give him high cover. Over there, he won't have high cover. I can move over there, but that will put him in a little bit of a bad spot. Yeah, to be honest, it's a little bit... I can actually move out here. That way the archers have to move closer to me. That might actually be the best option. Moving out to here. And that will force them to come to me. Like that. Yeah, I think that's good. Hopefully they don't shoot this guy, like that guy doesn't shoot this guy, because now this guy is in trouble. But okay, let's try that. He bleeds to death. Okay, he's now on low ground, that's good.
Let's get those bastards!
Okay, so there's one archer there, one archer there. And I don't see any other archers. That guy isn't an archer either. You really have to take care of the archers because they can really deal a lot of damage. Okay, so this guy can move over here. But you see now the problem here is I want to move this guy over there and stab him, and then I want to move her over there and stab him again. But I can't do that because if I move past there, then I'm gonna get attacked of opportunity. That's why I said that this game's attack of opportunity system is broken. It's a terrible system, like a really. It's a really bad bloody system. It just is so bad. But what can you do? So I'm just gonna have to take the hit. There's nothing I can do about it. So I think he's gonna be dead in any way. If I hit him with bleeding and then hit that guy with bleeding as well, he will be pretty much dead. So let's move over there. Then over there he's gonna attack me. That's life. I can't do anything about that. Then we're gonna hit that guy with some bleeding. He didn't bleed for some reason. And he didn't even take any of my other status ailments. Nothing happened, like he didn't take that other harried wasn't applied, nothing like that. Even though I broke his shield, bleeding wasn't applied, harried wasn't applied, nothing. So that's messed up. Okay, let's have a look. I can move over there, over there. Okay, he will burn a little bit. And these guys will just wait right here. I still have that other status. I think it only lasts 2 turns. So let's cast it again. That's fine, just wait there.
Face them together.
Okay, now if I do this attack, he should take bleeding damage or whatever. 2 damage. How did it only deal 2 damage? The fucking skill says 4 to 6. And he only took 2 damage. How the bloody hell does that work? I mean, that's crazy. Why isn't he bleeding? And how did he deflect it? I mean, I don't understand. I've hit him with 3 bleeding attacks. He's not bleeding. He didn't get harried by my spear effect. The spear is supposed to apply harried each time. This time I hit him with a bleeding attack and he didn't even bleed. He didn't even have shield. He had no shield. 0 out of 3. And he didn't bleed, and on top of that he didn't even he glanced as well. It was also a glancing attack. I mean, what the bloody hell? I don't understand it. Okay, so this guy we can do a double strike on. Just like that. And then we can actually move away. And then we can bring in this guy. Attack him. And then we can leave him right there if we want, because he's not gonna be able to get attacked, but that bow dude over there is going to be able to attack him. So I think we should just bring him back a little bit. Then we can bring this guy forward again. If I kill this dude, am I gonna get a free attack or not? I'm not too certain. Let's see if we can attack anyone from here. Okay, we can attack that guy over there. But it doesn't look like we can really attack anyone else. Do we want to attack that guy? Yes, we do want to attack that guy. So let's head over there. We can hit that guy with the burning attack, 3 to 4. Or we can hit one of these guys. That guy will actually burn to death. That guy also. Yeah, I want to get rid of the archers. So we can make that one burn. That will be good. And then we can move him over there again. He shouldn't be able to attack this guy at all, so we can leave him there. That guy will be fine. Yeah, overall that's not too bad. We can end turn. That guy burns to death.
Every man for himself.
Now this guy is gonna get one shot off, but it's not the end of the world. Oh, for fuck's sakes, he attacked that guy. How did he attack that guy? Yeah, his fucking health is so low now because he like, I thought this wall would like provide cover, but apparently this wall doesn't provide cover. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but what can you do really? Okay, stab that guy. That guy is panicked, that's good. I don't know how long the burning lasts. Okay, we will move over there because he will then get attacked once he moves away. This archer can move over there. Now that all of the archers are dead, they really aren't going to be able to do much to me. This guy will be dead because these two guys will deal with him. So here I can hit one of these guys with a slowing attack. That will take care of them. And then over here. This will definitely kill him, so I put bleeding on him. And then I hit him with this. That will kill him.
At last, we're nearly done.
And then I can go after this guy. And put bleeding on him. Okay, that time it harried him, it played him, and it dealt full damage. So I really don't understand why it didn't do that the previous times. It doesn't make a huge amount of sense, but there you go. So this guy isn't going to get hit at all. All of those guys are melee, so he really doesn't have any he's not really in any threat, to be honest, but I can move him a little bit closer just in case he is needed. Okay, that's fine. We can end the task.
I don't want to die.
Resisted burning? How the hell does he resist burning? Now he's maybe gonna be able to shoot. I hope he's not able to shoot. Okay, that was fine. Now you... Okay, so that guy is dead no matter what. He's gonna die from bleeding. So I can do the same here. I can apply bleeding. Then I can hit him with that.
The fight is lost. Retreat.
Okay, but why do they run away? I want to loot them. Run after them. I mean, it's literally loot running away there. I want to loot them. Why the hell do they run away? And I was busy killing that strong dude. Obviously these are weak dudes. They have like 8 HP, 8 HP. I was busy killing that strong dude, the dude that has 15 HP and a shield. But now I only get to loot the weak dudes. What the hell is all of that about? Why the hell would they run away? That's really shitty. I don't like that at fucking all. That's stupid. Like, why would they make it that the enemies run away? That just doesn't make a lot of sense, to be honest. Base damage 3635. This guy 4736, so we can whip that spear for him. This guy 3536. That spell is precise stab 35. This one is 36, so we can do that one. And then 2-5. And then it generates focus per attack. This one is 4-5 and generates focus per attack, so that's obviously much better. I could give this guy a shield. Okay, well apparently I can't give them a shield, so that's another problem. You can't even mix and match stuff. Literally, your guy can't dual wield if he's not the dual wielding class, and he can't wear a shield if he's not the shield wearing class. You can't give him a bow if he's not the bow class. So there's just so many limitations put on the various classes. You can't deal wield. Like this guy can't deal wield, literally can't deal wield. This guy literally can't equip a shield. Like if I unequip that, can't equip a shield. This guy can't equip a shield. I mean, what the hell? Why do they put so many limitations on the game? Why don't they make it open-ended like an RPG is supposed to be? Why would they make it like so closed-ended and so narrow and so limiting? It's just irritating. Like, why do that? I don't understand that. Okay, let's learn all of this. Okay, so we will unlock crafting later on. We don't have it right now. Skills, do we have any? No, 0 unspent points. I also don't understand the leveling system. We killed like 6 people, 7 people in that battle. And we killed like 6 or 7 people in this battle. And I think we only gained 10 or 20 experience. Like literally, it was like 10 or 20, maybe. Like, let's have a look. Let's quickly save here. Just to be sure that I'm not mistaken. So right now I have 60, 60, 60, 60. So everyone has 60. So let's jump back to before the battle started, which was here. Let's jump over there and then have a look. Like, I'm certain I got like 10 experience from that battle, which is like a little bit insane. So let's have a look. 60. Are you fucking kidding me? So you gain no experience from combat. No experience. 0 experience from combat. Did you hear me? 0 experience. Not 1 or 2 or 3. 0 experience from combat. What's the logic behind that? Like, what's the logic? I don't understand it. So you literally are telling me that at the beginning they gave me the choice of coming over here and killing the reinforcements, or I didn't need to do that. I could have just come over here, snuck into the warehouse. Let me reload so that I can actually show you guys that one. I think it was over here. I could literally sneak into the warehouse, and if I was successful and undetected, then I could just sneak out with the stuff again. So let's go in there, blah blah blah, confirm. So literally my choice was sneak in, get the stuff and get out, and then obviously if I was detected, then combat would be initiated and all of that kind of stuff.
There's no one here.
Blah blah blah, just skip all of this stuff. So literally break into the warehouse and steal enough creek fire to burn, blah blah blah. So this was optional. This thing over here was completely optional. I didn't need to do this. This would only benefit me if I were not detected, because if I were detected, then all of these guys, these 6 guys over here, would have been reinforcements for this battle over here. So because I chose to walk up here and I was immediately detected, I could have simply walked over here. In fact, let's do that. Let's not fuck around and play with hypotheticals. Let's walk all the way over here, go around this side. We should be completely undetected. Blah blah blah. We are avoiding that battle that took place over here to the side. Walking all the way over here. Are there any enemies around here? I don't see any. Let's have a look. Can we get into the warehouse completely undetected or not? What's down here? I'm not sure. Let's go around here. Maybe we can get in here somehow. Okay, there's an enemy over there. Let's see. Can we get in here? I want to see if you can do it without being detected. Let's run back, run back, run back. We don't want to be detected. Let's save. Okay, there's another dude over there. And there's a dude over there actually. So what? How do you sneak past? Can you sneak past at all? No, you can't sneak past.
They're here to steal the fire.
To arms! Keep them away from those jars! Me telling it depends on us!
Yeah, so now if I start combat, blah blah blah. So now there will come reinforcements. So I have to kill that guy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's it, 11 people that I have to kill in order to get this thing done. And obviously if I do it before reinforcements, then it won't be a problem. So that's 11 kills. Over here, oh fuck, I can't even go over there. That's another thing that I hate. Literally, I can't go over there. The game is blocking me from moving forward. I'm pressing W right now and the game isn't allowing me to go back over there. So that's another problem that I have with the game. So there's something like 7 or 8 people that were over there. I can't remember exactly. So that's 7 or 8 people over there. There were how many? 9 people over here that I had to kill. And that's not even talking about the people that would have been over there, over here. So that it's the people that are over there, the 9 or so people over here, and the 9 or so people over there. So that's already like 20 fucking people that you have to kill if you took that route. If you wanted to take care of those people first, then come over here, kill all of these people, and then come over here. I kill all of the people that's guarding the fire. 20 people that you have to kill versus just the 11 or so people that you have to kill right here. And that's assuming that you kill them before the the reinforcements arrive. Obviously, if you kill them without the reinforcements, it's just these 11 or so. In fact, not even 11. It says you only need to kill 7 of them, then the rest of them will run away. So it's like 20 people versus 7. And the real fucking kicker is that you don't get experience for combat. You gain a 0 experience for killing people. I don't understand that. That's just ridiculous. That's really ridiculous. I don't understand why the devs would choose to build a game where you gain no experience for combat. That's ridiculous. Not in DOS 2 and not in XCOM 2, honestly not in basically any RPG that I can think of do you not gain experience for combat. I mean, why would they make it like that? Why would you not gain experience for combat? It's just, it's baffling. And honestly, it makes me not want to play this game anymore, because I'm a completionist. I like killing everyone. I like doing everything that you possibly can. I'm the kind of person that will not avoid the optional stuff, just because usually that gives experience. Usually doing the optional stuff gives more experience and more benefits, but in this game, literally, it doesn't. In this game, you are literally wasting your time by doing the optional stuff. Like, I did the optional thing, I killed those 7 or so people, and I got nothing for it. Literally just the loot. That's all you get. You literally just get the loot, but I did not even get gear from that I used. Like, I maybe picked up like a shitty sword or a shitty spear, but I didn't even use it. It wasn't even gear that I could use. It was shitty gear. So you get literally nothing from doing that. I don't understand. I really don't understand that. That's baffling. I really don't have any other words for that. That's baffling. And that is in addition to the other bad stuff that I already mentioned. The skills are very mediocre. It's a very small talent tree, especially when you compare it to something like DOS 2. It's about the same as XCOM 2, but when you compare it to DOS 2, DOS 2 has way more character customization. The actual character creation is pathetic. 3 different faces and 3 different hairstyles is pathetic. You can hardly call it a character creator. So you can't even live yourself into the character that much with just 3 different facial stuff and 3 different hairstyles. That really is abysmal. The classes are extremely linear, like massively linear. If you think about DOS 2, in DOS 2 you can be a wizard that uses a spear or a shield or a sword or a 2-handed hammer, and yet you can still cast spells and you can pull out a bow, you can shoot with your bow, all of that kind of stuff. In this game you are limited into oblivion. I can't dual wield, I can't use a bow, I can't use the staff that guy is using. It's really limiting. You're really limited, and like I said, it's just I haven't encountered a vendor yet. I'm like more than 3 hours into the game. I haven't encountered a single vendor yet. I'm still using the shit that they gave me at the beginning. I haven't found a vendor yet. it's just it's a little bit ridiculous, to be honest. And we need to remember that the game costs $45. In my opinion, $45 is it's a little bit shocking. I mean, when XCOM 2 released, I think XCOM 2 was $40 or $50, and that is a lot, but it's not a lot for XCOM 2. XCOM 2 is absolutely worth $40. It's a lot. It's nearly AAA prices, but XCOM 2 is a AAA game when you take it for the game that it is. XCOM 2 is the best game in the genre. DOS 2 is just about as good as XCOM 2. So I would pay $40 for DOS 2 and I would pay $40 for XCOM 2. But I would not pay $40 for this game. Never mind $45. I mean, honestly, I have to be honest with you, I would not pay $25 for this game. Really. I would not pay $25 for this game. The cinematics are poor. The cinematics are poorly animated. It's those still standing type cinematics. You can't change the resolution when you are on borderless windowed mode, which is just, it should be standard. It's pathetic, to be honest. It should be standard. You should be allowed to change resolution on borderless windowed mode. As I said at the beginning, the fact that you not only have limited cosmetics, time-limited cosmetics, meaning that certain players will not be able to receive cosmetics in-game items, whilst other people will be able to receive in-game items. That already is bad enough, but on top of that, they made it so that the streamers that they are paying $10,000, $20,000, those streamers have limited drops as well. So you have to spend in excess of 30 hours watching those streamers in order to get their specific drops, and it is time limited, and those streamers are getting paid $20,000 to stream the game, which obviously will mean that they will not be giving their true opinions about the game, which really is another thing in and of itself. So really, I cannot recommend this game at $45. Perhaps if the game costs $20 or $25, perhaps then I would be able to recommend it, but the facts are the facts. This game is not nearly as good as XCOM 2. It is not nearly as good as DOS 2, Divinity Original Sin 2. It's simply not a good game in my opinion, and it is certainly not a game that is worth $45. I cannot recommend this game at $45, and I cannot recommend this game over Divinity Original Sin 2 or XCOM 2. And it's quite unfortunate. I wanted to like this game. I wanted to I was looking forward to this game. When I looked at the gameplay, I was looking forward to this game, but honestly, the developers made some very strange, very strange development errors in developing this game. There's simply so many things that do not make sense, and so many things that I really cannot condone, I guess I could say, in this genre, in the CRPG, TRPG genre. So yeah, guys, unfortunately, I really cannot recommend this game. So yeah, guys, unfortunately, in my opinion, this game is not worth $45, and this game is one to avoid. As always, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Full disclosure, I was given a key for the purposes of this review by the developers. I was not paid in any way, fashion, or form. I simply got the key in order to play the game. If you want to buy any games, this game is not available on nexus.gg/LFB Gaming, but if you want to buy any other games, then it would be really appreciated if you could head over to nexus.gg/LFB Gaming. If you buy a game from there, I get like 5% of the money, but the developer of the game gets 30% extra of your money, simply because they don't have to pay the commission to Steam. So you still get a Steam key, and you can still download the game from Steam, but the developers simply don't have to pay that 30% commission. So if you want to buy any Steam games, it would be really appreciated if you could head over to nexus.gg/LFB Gaming and buy the game from there instead of directly on Steam. It costs exactly the same, but I am getting benefited, the developers are getting benefited as well. We all make a little bit more money, and it really doesn't cost you anything extra. You simply need to go and create a free account on nexus.gg/LFB Gaming. They accept credit cards, PayPal, all of that kind of stuff, and it's legitimate keys. It's not like G2A where you buy stolen keys. It's legitimate keys that are listed on there directly by the developers themselves. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, I wanted to like this game, but this is not a good game in my opinion. It's unfortunate. I wanted to like it, but there you go. Some of these games simply are hit and miss. So yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time.